All right, the Supreme Court, as we speak, is listening to arguments back and forth on whether the president went too far with his plan to hold off and indeed stop millions of deportations of illegals, up to 5 million. Many suspect more because we've not been that busy deporting anyone these days. Sheriff Paul Babeu knows firsthand, Pinal County Sheriff. Sheriff, what's at stake here for you?
Well, the law. The president has gone back on what he said from the very beginning, 20-plus times said, look, I don't have this authority to do this by myself unilaterally. Congress has to be a part of it. And then he goes ahead and takes this executive action. And what it does, it undermines the essence of who we are as Americans, the foundation of our entire republic, which is the rule of law. And when the president alone can unilaterally take this action by a wave of his hand, that corrupts our entire process. And it sends the wrong message to the millions and millions of future illegals that just make it to the border and you're home free, because he's giving them a complete pass here. Deferred action just doesn't mean they're not being deported. It also means that they're entitled to Social Security, to Medicaid, to welfare, to all these other benefits at a time our economy is struggling.
You know, it's interesting, too. You talk about the 4 to 5 million presumably targeted by the president not to deport right away because either they had family members here or there were long-term connections here. But now yes. I'm hearing that deportations in general are way down because of this cloud, or whatever you want to call it. What's the real truth?
That is the real truth. And this number of 11 or 12 million illegals, look, that number's been used for 5 to 10 years now. Clearly the number, and it's been put out by credible sources, that it's closing in on 20 million plus. So, and it's not just these 5 million that the president's giving this, what is being referred to as de facto amnesty, because the law doesn't apply to them. We're literally, because of Jay Johnson, issued an executive memo to all of his sub-agencies that deferred action will take place. It's the rule of the day, which means to not just the president originally promised if you were here for 5 years or longer, you are entitled to this deferred action. The reality of this executive order is anybody who's been here from January of 2012. So the reality is nearly all of these illegals are entitled to this deferred action, both by this executive action of the president and then the policy instructions, the actual orders by the guy who runs ICE and Border Patrol. Our guys and gals at the border, and our heroes in the Border Patrol and in ICE, are literally handcuffed from doing their job of enforcing immigration law.
It might be all the more so by Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders, both of whom have said the president has not gone far enough on this. So we'll watch it.
Shocking.
Sheriff, thank you very much. By the way, this is being heard by an 8-member Supreme Court.